Fairy pools, Isle of Skye, Scotland hidden deep in the rugged heart of the Scottish Highlands, lies a place that feels like it belongs in a fairy tale. Fairy pools of the Isle of Skye, sparkling turquoise waters tumble down from the mighty Cuillin Mountains, forming a series of crystal-clear waterfalls and natural pools that look almost too magical to be real. Shrouded in mist and wrapped in centuries of Celtic folklore, this enchanting spot is not only one of Scotland's most breathtaking landscapes, but also a symbol of its wild, mystical beauty. Whether you come to hike, photograph, or take a daring swim in the icy waters, the fairy pools promise an unforgettable journey into the natural magic of Skye. Location and geography. Fairy pools. The fairy pools are located in Glen Brittle, on the Isle of Skye, part of Scotland's rugged Inner Hebrides, nestled at the base of the Black Cuillin Mountains. These pools are formed by the river Brittle as it flows down from the peaks, carving its way through volcanic rock and creating a series of waterfalls and crystal-clear basins. The pools sit within a dramatic highland landscape, towering mountains, rolling moorlands, and heather-strewn hills surround the area, often shrouded in mist that adds to their mystical charm. The water is renowned for its clarity, appearing turquoise or sapphire blue under sunlight, and contrasting beautifully with the dark basalt rocks of the Cuillins. This combination of rugged mountain backdrop, pristine pools, and untouched wilderness makes the fairy pools one of the most scenic natural wonders in Scotland. Hidden away yet deeply tied to the island's identity, historical and cultural background, the fairy pools are not just a natural wonder, but also part of Scotland's rich folklore and Celtic traditions. For centuries, the Isle of Skye has been called the Isle of Mist, a land steeped in myths of warriors, spirits, and fairies. Local legends say that the pools were blessed by the fairy folk who lived in the Cuillin Mountains, giving the waters their sparkling, otherworldly beauty. Some stories claim the pools possess healing powers, where ancient clans would come to wash wounds or seek blessings. The surrounding region of Glen Brittle was also historically tied to Clan MacLeod, one of the island's most powerful clans, known for their own fairy legends, such as the fairy flag of Dunvegan Castle, believed to hold magical protection. While there are no records of castles or settlements right beside the pools, the area has long been part of Highland culture, where people lived in close connection with nature, mountains, and streams. To this day, the fairy pools continue to attract spiritual travelers, photographers, and storytellers drawn by the blend of natural beauty and mythical atmosphere. Natural beauty and landscape. Fairy pools. Fairy pools are celebrated as one of the most magical natural landscapes in Scotland, flowing directly from the Cuillin Mountains. The River Brittle forms a chain of waterfalls and rock basins that vary in size, shape, and depth. On sunny days, the water glows in shades of turquoise, emerald, and sapphire blue, so clear that you can often see the stones and pebbles at the bottom. The pools are surrounded by the dramatic backdrop of the Black Cuillin Peaks, whose sharp ridges and mist-covered summits create a striking contrast with the delicate, shimmering waters. In spring and summer, The surrounding hillsides are carpeted with wildflowers and purple heather, while in autumn the moors glow with gold and russet tones. Even in winter, when the air is crisp and the mountains snow-dusted, the pools take on a mystical, frozen charm. Small waterfalls connect each pool, creating a continuous stream of cascading beauty. The sound of rushing water mixed with the highland winds adds to the tranquil yet powerful atmosphere. Every pool has its own character, some are shallow and calm, while others are deep and perfect for daring swimmers. Together, the pools and their rugged surroundings offer a picture-perfect example of the raw, untamed beauty of the Scottish Highlands, a place where nature feels both peaceful and wild at the same time. Activities and things to do. Fairy pools. The fairy pools are not just a place to admire, they invite visitors to explore, hike, and experience Scotland's wild beauty in unforgettable ways. Here are the top activities you can enjoy. Hiking the trail. A 2.5 kilometers round-trip trail starts from the Glen Brittle car park. The walk takes around 40 minutes to 1 hour, with some uneven and boggy ground. The trail winds through moorlands, crossing small streams. Stepping stones are provided before reaching the pools. Along the way, hikers enjoy spectacular views of the Cuillin Mountains. Swimming in the pools, adventurous visitors often take a dip in the icy waters, which stay around -12 degrees Celsius year-round. The pools are crystal clear and safe for swimming, though very cold even in summer. Many travelers say the experience is invigorating and unforgettable. Photography and filming. The fairy pools are one of the most photographed spots in Scotland, thanks to their magical appearance. Ideal for capturing long exposure shots of waterfalls or dramatic mountain backdrops. Sunsets and early mornings are the best times for photography. Wildlife. Watching the Glen Brittle area is home to red deer, rabbits, and Highland sheep. Birdwatchers may spot golden eagles, kestrels, and buzzards circling above. In the streams and pools, you may see freshwater insects and small fish. Picnicking and relaxing. The pools are a peaceful place to stop, enjoy a picnic, and take in the tranquil highland atmosphere. Many visitors simply sit by the water, listening to the waterfalls and breathing in the fresh mountain air. Cultural and symbolic significance. Fairy pools. The fairy pools are more than a scenic wonder. They are deeply tied to Scottish identity, folklore, and symbolism. For centuries, the Isle of Skye has been a land of myths, where mountains, lochs, and rivers were believed to be inhabited by spirits and fairies. The pools themselves are said to be blessed by these mystical beings, giving the waters their unusual clarity and magical glow. Locals once believed the pools had healing powers, and stories tell of warriors and clans who bathed in the waters to gain strength or wash away wounds. Others claimed the pools acted as gateways to the other world, a Celtic realm where fairies lived unseen by human eyes. Today, the fairy pools symbolize Scotland's mystical beauty, a reminder of its rich mythology, connection to nature, showing harmony between rugged landscapes and delicate waters, romance and inspiration, attracting couples, artists, and photographers from around the world, adventure and resilience, as those who swim in the icy pools embrace Scotland's wild spirit. Their appearance in countless travel magazines, photography competitions, and documentaries has made them an icon of the Highlands, often used to represent the untouched magic of Scotland itself. Visitor information. Fairy pools best time to visit spring and summer, April, August. Longer daylight, milder weather and blooming heather create stunning landscapes. Autumn, September, October. Fewer crowds, golden colors on the hills, and crisp air. Winter, November, March. Quieter and mystical, but paths can be icy and slippery. Getting there, the fairy pools are located near Glen Brittle on the Isle of Skye, Scotland. From Portree, Skye's main town, about a 50-minute drive, 32 kilometers, 20 miles. From Inverness mainland, approximately 3.5-hour drive via the Skye Bridge. Public transport is very limited, so driving or joining a guided tour is recommended. Parking. A dedicated car park at Glen Brittle. Small fee for maintenance. The hike begins directly from the car park. Parking fills up quickly in summer, so arriving early or late in the day is advised. Hiking conditions. The hike is 2.5 kilometers round trip, taking around 40 minutes to 1 hour. The path can be muddy and uneven, especially after rain. Several stream crossings require stepping across stones. Waterproof boots are highly recommended. Facilities. No toilets or cafes on site. Nearest facilities are in Carbost Village. Home to the Talisker Whiskey Distillery. Bring your own food, water, and essentials. What to bring. Waterproof boots, essential for boggy paths. Warm clothing and layers. Highland weather changes quickly. Swimwear and towel if you dare to. Swim in the icy pools. Camera. The pools are one of the most photogenic spots in Scotland. Asterisk. Modern challenges and preservation. Fairy pools. The fairy pools, once a little-known Highland gem, have grown into one of the most visited attractions on the Isle of Skye. While this brings tourism benefits to the local economy, it also creates challenges for the delicate landscape. Challenges over tourism during peak summer months. Thousands of visitors arrive daily, leading to crowded trails and packed car parks. The once quiet pools now struggle with foot traffic, especially from tour buses. Path erosion. Heavy footfall has worn down natural trails, turning sections, into muddy, boggy ground. Stream crossings sometimes become unsafe after heavy rain. Environmental impact. Litter, off-trail walking, and human interference disturb the fragile ecosystem. Local wildlife and vegetation are increasingly pressured by visitors. Preservation efforts. The Mingonish Community Hall Association, with support from visitors, parking fees, funds ongoing path maintenance and conservation work. Volunteers and local groups promote leave no trace ethics to encourage responsible tourism. Efforts are being made to balance tourism income with environmental protection, ensuring the fairy pools remain pristine for future generations. Visitor role in preservation. Stay on marked paths to reduce erosion. Carry out all litter, no bins on site. Respect the local wildlife and natural beauty. Visit during off-peak hours or shoulder seasons to reduce pressure on the site. Asterisk. Quick facts. Fairy pools. Aspect details. Location: Glen Brittle, Isle of Skye. Scotland formed by river, brittle flowing from the Cuillin Mountains main, picturesque crystal clear. Turquoise pools and waterfalls trail length, 2.5 kilometers round trip, 40-minute to 1-hour swimming possible, but icy cold, -12 degrees Celsius best. Time to visit Prel. October, spring and autumn are best nearby. Town Carbost, 10-minute away. Portree, 50-minute away. Facilities car park fee. No toilets or shops nearby. Symbolism linked to Celtic folklore and fairy legends. Status protected. Local site with conservation efforts. *, the fairy pools of the Isle of Skye are one of Scotland's most enchanting treasures, a place where myth meets nature. With their shimmering turquoise waters, cascading falls, and the dramatic Cuillin Mountains towering above, they feel like a scene from a fantasy tale. Whether you're hiking through the moors, braving a swim in the icy waters, or simply soaking in the tranquil beauty, the fairy pools leave a lasting impression of Scotland's wild spirit and mystical charm. More than just a tourist attraction, they are a symbol of Scotland's deep connection to folklore and landscape, and a reminder of the importance of protecting natural wonders for future generations. *, these hidden places in the UK are just as stunning as Buckingham Palace or Big Ben, but they offer quiet beauty, mystery, and raw nature. From mystical waterfalls and caves to secret villages and dramatic coastlines, they're perfect for travelers who want to escape the crowds and find the UK's true magic.